Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am starting the next volume of Berserk, which is Deluxe Edition Volume 9, and I'm very excited to start this and continue this series. And this is the first time ever since I started the series where I read the next one in the same month, because I read 8 this month and I'm reading 9 the same month, and that is impressive in itself. But yeah, either way, it's already like, I was gonna say hacked open, so we can just open it. And I'm very excited to continue. The last one was so calm, so I'm a bit scared if this one would not be. So here we have the beautiful little flap thingy with stuff is gonna happen. It smells super good and it is a bit battered. I don't know why these were battered. I think these are the ones I lost on the floor. Look at it! I yammered it. Okay. So this one again has like poster stuff like the last volume had, which are very gruesome, but yay, happy families. Okay, let's see. So this covers volume 25, 26, and 27. Yeah, we just start right in on 25, where we are still in, of course, Falcon of the Millennium Empire arc, the Holy Evil War chapter, and the first chapter we're going to read today is Magic Sword. We were in the middle of the dude that is with Lady Vernice. That I keep forgetting the name of. Cisco, something like that. He was going to use the sword he had gotten that had elements in it. And that was the last thing we saw. And they're in the middle of like a troll raid in the village, Enoch village. So we just see what happens. Let's go. I'm slightly confused, but either way, the weapon works that Serpico used. And then they're running away because like the trolls are coming. And then the little kid Isidro used his like weapon and like, oh my god. And then Casca also fell and Lady Vernice protected her. And Serpico thinks like, oh my god, Lady Vernice laid down her life for someone else, which is nice. And then we see Guts fight with his big sword and he looked shocked for a second. But I didn't really get actually why he looked shocked. Like, I don't know why. Yeah, that's it basically. And then the old dude getting people in the church. The dude who worked in the church. I don't even know. Next chapter is a Mirror of Sin. Okay, so Guts is standing there being really badass, and then the people in the village are like shocked that he can fight them off, and it's like, oh my god, he can actually save us. Then we have the witch on the top of the church. I forgot her name. And the priest is like, no, he's against magic. So he goes up on the roof to her, and it's like, stop this, stop the chanting, because she's gonna put like a protection thingy around the church. And Lady Vernice and Casca goes with her, and then Lady Vernice sees herself in this man because he's really like, this is against God, this is sin, etc. And she sees herself that she was exactly like him. Yes, it's a mirror of sin, which is what the chapter was called. And then feel like she has nowhere to speak, but then Casca like encourages her to do so. So then she's like, no, please stop trying to stop the witch. And then we see trolls also coming up to the roof to take them. So we shall see if there's a little fight in the next one. Because obviously Guts and the others are still down on the ground. Yeah, the next one is called Magic. Let's hope that magic can be performed. Okay, lots of stuff is happening, obviously. First, we have Guts seeing that Casca and Vernice and the others are up on the roof and need help. So he sends off Isidro and Serpico after that, where he like handles trolls on the ground. Serpico has like this really cool maneuver where he jumps over a bunch of like, I was gonna say guards, but it's all the people in the village with weapons to get further ahead, and they're all like, oh my god, he flew. And then he goes after Lady Vernice basically. And then we have Isidro fighting a troll. And then he calls one of the trolls, this is my revenge, rotten moomin freaks. And I'm like, is that what it actually said in the Japanese version? Is it like a reference to moomin? Because I love moomin a lot. And I was just wondering if it is like an actual reference or if it's just like an interpretation from the translator. Because I know moomin is super, super, super popular in Japan, obviously. So that was just an interesting reference, if it is, because if it is an actual reference, my heart. Then Isidro almost dies again, and then Morgan jumps ahead and like saves him, so he gets hit instead. That happened, and now the witch managed to finish her spell, and then like there's coming light from the sky, and everyone's looking up and looking shocked while all this is happening. And then the next chapter is called the Arcana of Invocation. Is that how you pronounce the word? I think so. We shall see. So the spell works. It basically brings light down around the church, and the trolls can't go into this light. And then the priesthood is like super shocked that magic can exist, and then the witch goes out on this like long talk about how magic can be received and can be looked upon as a blessing if you want, but is it really, it is all about what is in our mind, blah 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 blah. It's a bit philosophical, a bit religious talk that I feel like I'm not smart enough to like properly summarize, but it's basically like what you believe in, it's in your mind, and I believe in this magic, what you can see and believe in is blah blah blah, etc. But either way, Guts is like looking up and it's like, that's one hell of a girl right there, and I'm like, yeah, super cool, love that. And then an ogre shows up, an orge or I don't know how to say the word. It's not an orgy because that's something completely else. Ogre, that's how you say it. I had to Google actually. Ogre shows up and it's like, oh my god, a mere ogre can't go into the light, but it can throw objects. It's huge and it threw a huge object, ruining like parts of the church. So I guess I need to fight it so you can't keep throwing stuff. And maybe the other trolls will think that they will also throw stuff. We shall see. So now it's Evil Horde, part 1. The Horde. Are we in World of Warcraft? I'm joking. Let's go. I love them all so much. So basically the ogre is very strong and big, etc. Guts manages to fight it and cut off its arm, and everyone is like super shocked. They're like, how's he doing use that magic? How's this possible? By everyone is shocked. I mean, like the witch, the priest, the townspeople, and Sir Pico. And then the witch needs some time to cast another spell. And then Guts was like, yeah, sure boss, but he clearly needs help because this Kelpie shows up, and a Kelpie is very powerful with no water, and it is raining, so there's like more monsters coming, it seems like. And then Sir Pico jumps down for the roof super smoothly, and Wish is like very shocked that he managed to like, what's it called, master the cape thing he's wearing in a really short amount of time. He's gonna help Guts also keep off the people so that she can cast a spell. And he also seems impressed that Lady Felice has grown, and like, I don't know, the way she protects Casca, etc. And yeah, I guess they're gonna fight together, and everyone is looking at them, and it's very mystical and fun, and I love them. No one is allowed to die now. No one. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So it's Evil Horde part 2. Okay, so they are fighting. Gus manages to defeat the ogre, and everyone's like, oh my god, he's so good! And then he keeps fighting some other trolls, and then Isidro is like standing there and be like, I can't do anything. I'm sad about that. And then we move over to Sir Pico, who is fighting the Kelpie, and the Kelpie kind of like make water go up and around like his mouth, so he's drowning. But then he manages to use his like wind power, and it goes off him, and then he uses like wind to swirl around the Kelpie and manages to trap it and stab it through the jaw, it seems like. But then seems like more water is coming at him, so I don't think he won the fight yet. We shall see. Now the witch needs to hurry up the spell. I literally cannot remember her name, but when I remember it, I will start saying that instead. Now it is Raging Torrent. Some very, very stunning shot in this one, but basically, as I said, they're fighting, and Sir Pico is being pulled a bit back, but then the spell has activated, all the water is coming out of the Kelpie and around them, and the witch is controlling the water. She makes a huge torrent, basically what's it called, a torrent, a river in the town, washing all the trolls away. Guts beheads some people, and not people, trolls. And Sir Pico managed to behead the Kelpie, and it's like the whole town is being washed in the streets because all the people are inside. Some houses do fall, but like it seems to be going well, and they're all just looking at her, like the witch being like, oh my god, this is really cool. If she keeps being on Guts' side. We shall see. Again, next one's called Shaman, which is called Shiriki. I will almost say Shiriki, but it's Shiriki? Shiarki? I'm not sure how you say it. But she's trapped in this spell. Like, they say you can stop now, but she's trapped in the spell. Like, she's connected with a water beast too tightly. So she's trapped in this spell. She can't get out. And they need to like knock several times or something to connect with her, so she will get out. They do manage to do this, but then Casca falls into the water, and there's like still storming through the city, and then Felice jumps after her, and they are just like in the currents, etc. It's not going that well. But then they, like, the water's gone, and I guess it's not even mad, it's just like, you did a really good job, Shiriki, whatever we say. And then they find them, and then the trolls are like carrying them on like a big tree stump. So they're nice? I don't understand. But I found them, they're unharmed. It's all good. I really kind of enjoying the relationship between Lady Fenice and Casca right now. I'm curious to see how it will develop. So now we are on the next one, which is Qliphoth? I don't know how to say that word either, but it's fine. I lied. Casca and Lady Fenice are not okay yet. They were taken away by the trolls. They were carried away. That was why they looked shocked. But I was confused because in the next page, everyone was so happy. So I assumed that the trolls like surrendered to them. That was just my interpretation that was wrong. So first we have all the villagers being really grateful to Shireka, and it's just like really grateful and just like, oh my god, I wish it's so cool. And they're like gonna take up like a little shrine for like the water spirit, etc. And it's really like wholesome and nice. And then we have Isidore pouting because he didn't do anything and was like pouting over being useless and a child. And then Morgan gives him like a little like knife dagger thingy and it's like, this was mine, use it. And he feels a bit better. Then Sir Pico is hurt, so he needs to be like in a church to be healed overnight, while the other to go after Lady Fenice and Casca. I didn't get that Lady Fenice and Casca would take it away at first. I was like, where are they going? Why are they leaving him? But yeah, they couldn't wait for him, so they're leaving without him. And when they're leaving, Isidore is standing there pouting, and I guess it's like, are you not coming? So he is with them, and then they go to this cave thing, and then Sharika is like, yeah, this is what I thought. This is not good at all. We are now in the astral world. It's a part that is in darkness, and it is called the word I cannot say, Qliphoth or whatever. And it shouldn't be so easy to just go into the astral world or like the demon realm, whatever you're calling it. But because of all the appearance of a certain person, Qliphoth, the barriers are changing, the world is changing and transforming. So there's that. So yeah, now they're in this place and they're gonna find them. And the next chapter is called Taint. A lot of things happen in this chapter specifically. That was terrible. So they are in the place and they manage to connect with Lady Fenice, telepathically. And she said that they are safe as long as they wear the silver charms she gave them earlier. You didn't need to stay with this witch if she can protect them like this. And they're looking for them, but then people, they like wake up in like a gross crawl place. There's bodies, there's grossness in there. It's like a cave place. So they need to climb away because small monsters are coming after them. Even though I'm sure if, like when she said they couldn't harm them, I don't know, maybe they should just stay put. Either way, to this other cave place. Lots of human women are there being raped by the trolls. They obviously get really shocked of this vision. Right before that, also Lady Fenice just like stabs a troll with her little knife, and it's like stabbing to protect Casca. She's basically Casca's protector now. But I thought earlier that Lady Fenice was just a fighter because she was a commander in like the god army or whatever. But apparently it doesn't seem like she is a fighter. So I was confused by that. Either way, and then this lady that has been raped comes over to them and is like, help me. And then there is crawling, I think, newborn trolls out of her tummy. Like, they exploded her. So that was a nice vision. Now volume 25 is already done. So we're into volume 26. And we are on Retribution, which is the first chapter here. Not this chapter making me teary. So they are surrounding Lady Fenice and Casca, who is like all the way trapped into a wall. Lady Fenice is protecting Casca really well. And then right before one dude is going to stab her with a human tool, because that's not going to protect them with the charms, because it's a human tool. Gets us there and it's like, sorry for the wait. And then like beats them back. And then they're obviously to rescue them. There's lots of women there that's going to be rescued, lots of children, and a lot of people. And then Shrek is like, how are we going to do this? I guess it's like, don't worry, I'll take care of the trolls, you guys leave. And then it's just like, take care of Casca to Lady Fenice. And he's like, everything you do is really helpful. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. And I'm like, I didn't actually say thank you, I just said I'm grateful, but I can't deal. And then he gave Isidore a job where it's like, you're the rear guard, protect them. I know you're up to the job. And Isidore's like, oh, having them boost. I think he got a bomb that he can set up as well. And then gets turned around to fight the trolls. I like that he was just like, oh, take care of this. And Shareka was like, geez, what's with this dude? But he's used to this, so yeah. Oh, my heart. My heart. I can't take this. Okay, the next one is called Redemption. Let's go. Okay, so they are leaving. And what Isidore's job was to like throw bombs at like the trolls they were poached. Well, like that's to keep off like the main people. And he's just like, he believes that I can do this job. I'm the man for the job. I can do this. I will succeed. It's like they're all like super surprised when he does it, and they keep moving. And now they are like being star patrols on each side, but like Berserker says she would take care of it. And then they feel like a huge presence for Ghost going back to Guts. He has been fighting off trolls, and it's a long time, he says, since he just like, what's it called, let it all loose, swing his sword around like he wants. 100 monsters he can just swing his sword around on, and it's just like finally letting it all go. And then he also feels a huge presence. What is this presence? This is the huge monster, we shall see. But yeah, that's what we have. I'm so happy for Isidro being happy. And then also at the same time when they're running, like Bernice is thinking, is this her retribution taking care of Casca after everything she did? So we shall see, we shall see. And our next chapter is called Vicinity of the Netherworld. What is going on? So the process is like this creature demon-like thing that takes kind of the body of the trolls and makes yourself, I was gonna say a body, a physical form. She kind of looks like Medusa, to be honest. And then she just grabs Guts and is like, hey, I can feel all your anger and all what you feel inside. I was gonna say snuggle. And then she really rips on with his clothes and cuts him open. It's very dramatic. And then at the same time, we have Sharika saying that she feels his presence and that something bad is going on and like going off them maybe. So she says she needs to seal the cage, but Guts is always still in there. Isidro presents this, and then also Casca feels like a weird presence in the chest from her mark. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, she wants to do things with Guts, and it's bad. And now in the end of the chapter, Skeleton Knight shows up. Why is he always there? I have literally no idea, but he's there. And the next chapter is called Horde Princess of the Uterine Sea. Just a funny title. Basically, there's a whole fight where Gus managed to beat Horde Princess. And then Skeleton Knight makes him leave through like layers instead of like walking out, because they had to close like the cave. And they come out just in time. And he's grateful to Skeleton Knight that disappears. And then he looks over to all the friends that survived at Serpico, then Vernice, Casca, Isidro, and Sharika. And it's like, I never thought that I had companions like this again. And they're all gonna die, aren't they? I cannot get attached to people in this series. But yeah, that happened. Either way, now we have claw marks. Okay, so we see old lady Flora talk to Skeleton Knight for a moment and then see she wished that she could have seen Sharika one last time. Then we switch over to them walking back to the house or the mansion, and Guts collapses us and his spirit is wounded so that his wounds can open again. And then he's like, oh, but I'm fine. And then Sharika's like observing that it's really weird that he can even still walk at this moment. The fact that he's even fighting these high level spirits, because she can like sense a presence from him, it should be impossible because he's human. So I'm wondering why and how this is possible, if we find out about more, or if he's just Guts is super strong or something. He says they can heal him when they get back to the house, and then when they come there, the house is on fire. So yeah, basically that happened, and now it's the Blaze part 1. So there's a lot of like a group of demons there that they would want to attack the mansion, and they have a master. And then Sod is there, and they said that they're only one master we follow. Skeleton Knight is also there on Skeleton's side, because he had close ties with the lady of the mansion. And then he gets why he was in control then. And then they realizes who Guts is, like the demons, that he was one of the people that survived the sacrifice of their lord. And then a huge giant steps forward and wants to fight Guts in one-on-one combat, because he doesn't think it's honorable what they're doing. Like attacking this mansion lady, outnumbered and everything. And I guess it's like, what? And he's super shocked. We have Sharika in the mansion looking for her lady, and then she hears in flames her voice that says, get this to the Black Swordsman, which seems to be like a picture of an armor that he's getting maybe. And yeah, that's what's going on. But now Griffith, we know where Guts of them are, but it's still not at Puck's homeland, so I don't know if they're still gonna go there after this. We shall see. Maybe all those plans will be interrupted. Great. Next chapter is called The Blaze Part 2. So Flora's voice tells Sharika it's time for her to go and ask her to do the thing. Then we switch over to Guts, who's fighting the big dude. I think he's the giant, but it's also called an apostle, and it's like more powerful. It's basically owning Guts a lot. So he has like a huge like battering ram, and Guts is taking the blows, but really hard, and his wounds are opening up. And then at the same time, Sod says that he will fight Skeleton Knight because he's the only one who can hold Skeleton Knight off. So they're also going to start fighting. And then at the same time, I reckon the ones are going down to find this armor. I was going to say base, but there's one of the rooms in the house that is still burning, by the way. I'm going to give that Guts. And the next chapter is called The Berserker Armor Part 1. The series is called Berserk, the Berserker Armor. We shall see. But yeah, he's fighting and it's not going well. So I assume he will get his armor somehow. We shall see. Let's go. I'm so confused. Okay, so the fight is happening. Gets his big kick around. And then the apostle says, like, are you really the ones who have defeated all these people? Because you kind of suck. And then the guardians that were there earlier when they stopped trying to stop them going to the mansion and lost one show up, and then he's like led to this like cave place where he's like basically knocked out, and they're like, what are we gonna do? Guess you can't fight like this. But then he's like grabs her and she's like, I will, because she decided that she was going to go and try to fight them like Sharika. And they take the armor on, and then we just see, like, I was gonna say demons flinging around because they're being kicked around, and then finally we see him in full shot in his new armor. What does this mean? Because I will be honest, he looked like Skeleton Knight. It's the helmet. Is Skeleton Knight Guts? Am I crazy? It's Skeleton Knight Guts, and he has traveled in time, and that's why I keep helping him, because he knows what's gonna happen. All these things needs to happen for him to end up as Skeleton Knight in the end. That can't be true. But what if? That's just the first thing that came into my mind. Now he's kicking ass. And I love the look. The next chapter is the Berserker Armor Part 2. Okay, so the armor changed shape. He now kind of actually looks like when Qliphoth had his helmet on. That's what he looked like now, the shape. It's either that or he's like kind of wolf-like. I don't know. But he's fighting. And Shareki says it's not good if he fights like that too long, because then he can't feel pain or emotions or like fear anymore, and that can be dangerous because then you push your body too far and then you obviously die. That's not a good thing. But he's fighting, he's just kicking ass, and they said like no one should move like this even if they have hard armor. But he's kicking ass. The apostolate dude was really shocked. So was I. We're done with volume 26, now into volume 27. I like that I got like a little like summary of the different characters. Oh, it's actually Shireke, but they translate to Shireke, because it says here in katakana how you say it. It's not Isidro, it's Ishidoro. Interesting. I will forget that in a second, but either way, interesting. So now next chapter is called Fire Dragon. The shape of the armor has changed a lot. It looks very wolf-like. It does not look like Skeleton Knight anymore, but this is the shape we have right now. Let's go. I am scared for him, but it's fine. It will be okay. They're fighting. He looks really cool. He's really badass. And then the apostle dude changes into his like not human form and changes into this huge dragon, and Guts still like fights him and like holds him off. And then we see like his leg and his arm like twist around because like he holds back his attack. And his armor kind of just forces it back to like functional by piercing into his flesh. It's obviously not good at all. Shireki doesn't know what to do, like how to help him, and is shocked like this is her responsibility and doesn't, like, as I said, know what to do with it. The fight is gonna keep going, and now it is the Depths of Hellfire, which might come out of the dragon. Who knows? So gets the fighting, jumping around like crazy. It's all like happening. Shireki tries to reach him, so it's like she leaves her body and like enters Guts. I don't even know, soul, I don't even know, subconsciousness. And she sees like some memories of Band of the Hog, and it hurts so much seeing it. And now she just sees like dead bodies and horribleness and the eclipse, and yeah, she doesn't know what's going on. Honestly, I don't even know what's going on. She sees weird shit in there, okay? She's like, what is this? I don't know. That's what is Departure of Flame. So I thought the flame would be from the dragon. The flame is the burning inside Guts. That is sadder. Can I just say that I just got a paper cut from this book? Like, I haven't not gotten a paper cut. I'm not gonna say ever, but like, the pages are sharp, just like Guts' sword. You can't see it really, but it stinks. And it's bleeding a tiny bit. So I feel like that shows the emotion this book has perfectly. Dereka is trying to reach Guts, and she says that you are the black sportsman, you are the protector of Casca, reaching into him. And also she saw like a sign inside of him, which was like his ego against the eclipse of what happened there. I guess his ego was damaged. I don't even know. And then in that moment, Casca Fernice has been attacked by like a demon thing, and he comes flying out and saves them. And Casca's like, oh, when she sees it, and then he takes off his helmet. And she's like, And then they need to leave. Like Flora comes down from the sky and it's like, oh, there's a black cat outside my window. How cute. Sorry. Very distracting. Flora comes down in like a blazing fire. She looks like Melania from Elden Ring, literally, in phase 2. And she's just like, I will take care of the forest child. Leave. And then they all run away because the apostle dude is still there, like running after them with his dragon form. But they I was gonna say they went off. So yeah, that was really beautiful. She said, you will see me again in your dreams, child. I'm so proud of you, my sunshine. And it was really sweet. Next chapter is Demon City. Does not seem as sweet, but we shall see. Don't really know what happened in this one. When we move over to Windham City, which is just full of corpses and it looks terrible. And they say, but luckily Charlotte is alive, but she's been captured in the highest level of Tower of Rebirth. Tower of Rebirth, is that where Griffith was captured? I don't remember. I think so. And then they're being attacked by like reptile thingies, and they say that it's the Kusha that is behind these reptile creatures. But isn't it Griffith? Maybe he just blames the Kushan. I'm not sure. And then it comes this person in armor on a horse. He shoots like a arrow at the beast, attacking some people, among them a knight called Laban. And then he's like, oh, stay here, you'll be safe soon. And then he leaves. I don't even know. And then I think this person is waiting for the hawk. I don't understand if they were against the hawk or with the hawk, like Griffith, or not. I honestly don't know. But now it's Dread Emperor. So I guess we will find out. I'm confused. I'm just theorizing. I have no idea. I'm even more confused. The Dread Emperor is like the leader of all the Kushan. But I said that before where I thought they were all the leaders. But they were never the leaders. They were just like commanders. And then he's with Princess Charlotte. And then he wants to rape her because he wants to have a child with her to, like, I don't know, forge the alliance or whatever. But then he sees that she is Griffith's lover. She has embroidered his face like a billion times. Because as we know, she's a bit obsessed with him. And then he stops and he like thinks. I don't even know. She also yells us its name. And then the Bakuraka is arriving somewhere. But I actually don't know where. I don't even know. Next chapter is called the Daka. Okay. So I don't really know. The Bakuraka tries to defend the Emperor at the gate or something. I didn't even get it. I thought the Bakuraka got over to Griffith's side, but I just don't understand what's going on here. Then a bunch of like Ban of the Hawk people come into the city and they talk with the Emperor and it's like, why are you trying to resist the master? Which is Griffith. And they're gonna fight. Which is Locus. He talks with the Emperor of the Kushan. Because I thought we defeated the Kushan already. We keep like having different battles, different places. And like I get like obviously the Kushan has invaded. But I feel like we never saw how fully they had invaded. So I feel like they came a bit out of nowhere for me. And I don't understand like what kind of control they have. And I don't understand like how many times we need to defeat them for them to actually be defeated. Because I feel like we haven't seen that full story fall out. Because we are with Guts and that, which makes sense. I'm a bit confused of like the whole picture of like the Kushan and like where we are, etc. It doesn't really matter that much. I'm just saying. But yeah, either way, now we're gonna fight. No, the Kushan and the Ban of the Hawk is gonna fight. Demon Knights, this one is called. Okay, so I think the Bakuraka was leaving the city. They're going off to Griffith to assassinate him. So they're not working with him. This is what I think, because I was a bit confused. And Roxas, the like weird creature thingy, is with them. And it's like kind of helping them, I think. Because we saw that with them earlier. But I thought Roxas was on Griffith's side for like a short period of time. But they were not. And then they go into like a lair where they are like putting pregnant women in like this kind of pit thing. And they give birth to like demons. And they like get ripped open. And it's really nasty and not nice at all. And they are like super shocked when they see this. And at the same time with the Emperor, we have like a fight going on. Honestly, gross things are happening, but I don't really understand. There's like this person with armor showed up. They're just like sharp and all that. Just they are in an armor, but also a horse. And it's really sharp. So it's a horse armored person. I don't know. Next chapter is called Demon God. How do I explain these things? I don't know. Okay, there's still fights happening. And then this Demon God thing exploded. Don't really know where it came from. But I think it is against the Band of the Hawk. It does not seem to be on the side of the Band of the Hawk, but it looked like a part of the Band of the Hawk. It looks like maybe he's fighting their Kushan. Anyway, it was like a thing. Like a big thing in the sky. It looks like Zeus. And then we switch over to Charlotte, who's embroidering Qliphoth. And a person shows up who looks like Qliphoth, but you can see the silhouette. You can see. It's called The Sleeping Princess Awakens. In which way, if it's Qliphoth? So, the god thing was the Kushan Emperor? Because that makes sense, because I saw the Band of the Hawk attack in, and the god thing seemed to be the Kushan Emperor. So they have supernatural stuff. I think it was them who used the reptiles earlier as well then. So they also know of the supernatural. But I thought everyone was like, huh? The supernatural? So I don't know. I don't know. The world building there, I'm unsure about. If you know, please explain it to me. But either way, it was Qliphoth showing off with Charlotte. He basically have Zod carry out the bed out of the building. And they fly off. He has Charlotte and Anna with him. I kind of forgot that Charlotte was... like, I don't know, you didn't forget her, but I was like, forgot that she was a part of the story. And she hasn't grown at all. She still looks like really young, and I'm like, hasn't it been like 4 years? Why isn't she older? Either way, the Kushan army dude, or Zeus as I will call him, because he literally looked like Zeus in the sky, like the god thing in the sky was really like, oh, you tricked me, because it was only a distraction to save Charlotte. So it seems like the Kushan is like a bigger threat than in my head they were. So that makes sense. It's like they have supernatural stuff, then they can like go against Qliphoth, who also has supernatural stuff, else they would just be humans and they would super easily take them. So I guess it makes sense in that regard. They basically flew off with the bed, which is always what I wanted to happen when I was in bed. I was like, chuck my set in case my bed started to fly. And that actually happened. Then it is The Sound of the Sea, which might be the last chapter. Or it might be one more. I'm unsure. It was indeed the last chapter. They arrive at the sea. Apparently it's been a month and Guts has like been wearing the armor to be able to walk as far as they have gone. They need to heal his wounds, etc, etc. And he had gone through a lot of healing and stuff. But it's much, much better now. They like by the sea, it's beautiful, it's stunning, they're happy, they're running around. They're eating in this like cabin place. Then from there the Phoenix ask Shareka if she can be taught magic. And it's gonna be like, tell some of the basics and be her apprentice for a while. And then it ends. It's so peaceful with them now. Obviously they've gone through like shit, but it's so peaceful, and my heart, I love them so much. And I feel like even though it's peaceful now, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt so much later. And I don't want to do it. Maybe I'll just stop here. That will be the best ending. And also Puck talked a bit about like their homeland, etc. I'm done with volume 9. And it was so good, obviously. It's just one of the best stories I ever read. And I'm, obviously giving 5 out of 5 stars. And I hope you enjoyed this story. What emoji even fits for this? I don't even know. I honestly don't know. Bad emoji down below if you enjoyed this, because we had a flying bad, the best thing in the whole world. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. You'll see me soon in a new one. And goodbye.